Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the first episode of Chillin with Brandon. In hopes of taking more photographs, I wanted to start a series of compiling my favorite photos of that month or whatever trip I may have gone to during that time, where and how I shot them, and in return, you and I will go out more and just shoot. Before we begin, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Brandon. I am a filmmaker, photographer, and most importantly, just another kid that wants to make it here on YouTube. So sit back, relax, and let's take a look at some cool photos. Okay, so first photo we're starting out with was when I went on my first collaborative shoot, I guess you'd call it, with my friend Hal in Salt Lake City. This one was one that I specifically like. Reason being is because, as you can see right here, I tried to wait at this certain spot for the train to come by. To be honest, I think this composition's fine. Maybe I would want the front of the train to line up with this more, but I love the colors on this. And I don't know, there's just something about it. I know I planned out that the greens of these Select Health bikes would match with this tree here. Even something like the E, I wanted to match with these colors. I just knew they connected, and yeah, it just worked really well. Glad how that turned out. And taking a closer look here, as you can see, these colors right here, the reds, the greens, the blues, even the yellows, they all pop out. And I didn't do much editing to this one, but just pop up the saturation a little bit. This was a cloudy day, and this was taken, I believe, on my 50mm. So, love that lens. Nifty 50. Number 2, this was taken on the end of a street, obviously, because right here, we couldn't go anywhere past here anymore. I was playing with symmetry here, and there's a thing that's been going on with me and city stuff where I don't take pictures of people really. I mean, I try to when I can, but the symmetry here, what I mean by that is the red crane here lining up with the unfinished building, all these lines right here, even something like detail like this, if my mouse can capture that. Is it capturing it? Yeah, this wire here, and with these other lines, I just love lines, and I just wanted to make sure everything was perpendicular. Is that the correct word? Oh my gosh. What did it for me is these bright construction colors right here, the oranges, the yellows, the red, mainly the orange, as you can see. And look at this, there's this ball right here. I don't even know what that is, but it's orange and it matches. So yeah, there it is. I like it. Number 3. So this one was kind of a one-time thing because trucks like these usually don't roll by the street, because I was waiting. The attachment, I don't know what it's called, but carries the stuff back here. It was actually, I believe it was Budweiser, some sort of beer company. I wanted to capture all that, but I was on a 50mm, and it was kind of tight for the situation I was in. So I just cranked up the shutter speed and just was hoping that I would have got something, and thankfully I did. As you can see here, wanted to show this and have these still here, so just captured it right on time before it went into that. I would have liked this photo better if there wasn't these cars here. I'm not super good at my editing program, so if these cars weren't here and I knew how to take those out, ooh, I think they would be really nice. But that was the story behind this one. Unfortunately, I didn't get the back of it, because you just gotta believe me on this one. It was a alcohol company. Okay, next one, number 4. So of course this was the era we were still in the pandemic, and as you can see here, I was waiting for an opportunity. We were standing. This was at a shopping center, and we were like standing on top. So we have an overhead view, and I saw the security guard walking around, and I also saw this sign right here, the social distancing sign, and I'm all like, okay, I gotta wait for him to kind of make his little stroll. And right as it's not quite 6 feet, but right as he was distance away from it, I went snap, and there we have it. This was also on the 50 mil. Everything so far has been on the 50 mils. If otherwise, I'll mention it. I made this black and white because this was in the past, but also this event and moment in time will be a big part of history. So I made this, and it's like, oh, when my kids will be on the history books, they'll be like, whoa, this is 2020, 2021. So that's why. Number 5, another trolley vehicle, I guess you'd say. On this one, I tried doing the same thing. This was the first photo I took, actually, right as we went outside, and I was like, yo, Hal, let me stop here for a sec. I'm gonna try to get a photo here. My play with this was I wanted for this red to match with this. It's not the same hue shade, but it still looks cool to me, and I got this lined up perfectly. No one was right here, and coincidentally this guy got a red flannel on matching with this. And the thing is with cities and signs is I just love the colors that they have. I know I boost the saturation up a little bit here, but the yellows, the reds, the oranges, even something like this green sign here. And as you can tell by now, I love lines. This line here, like I gotta have everything straight, like. So there's number 5, taken on the 50 mil. Okay, this isn't the final photo, but I just thought this would be an honorable mention before we move on to the next portion, because I go outside next. This is just something city-like. I think the theme I was trying to play on here was construction, but I don't know. It's an alright photo. Bring it in here and see if I nailed the theme. There's the crane here, rust. See, this is a complete building, so it kind of doesn't count. Now there's cranes up here. They're still working. And incomplete building. I just once again love the lines and colors. It's a super cloudy day to match with that. And look, there's this little bird right here chilling. I didn't even notice that until I was looking at these. Honestly, if I could change anything about this photo, if these American flags were, more waving out so you can see them, I think that would look better. And this was unfinished. that would fit better, but this is just honorable mention number 6, also on the 50 mil. So I haven't posted a video yet. Keep up with that, by the way. Leave a like if you want to see it, where I had a solo vlog where I went by myself to the mouth of Provo Canyon, and I don't quite remember where this was. I just parked and started walking around, and I saw a couple there fishing, and I was trying not to be creepy. So I stood back pretty far and waited there to capture a moment. There was some where they're sitting on the chair and talking, and it didn't look that great. I didn't have the view of them, and it just didn't look that good. So I was waiting at this specific spot, and I wanted the peak to show in the photo. And man, the more I look at this, the more I like it, because the lines, the composition, it's like, oh, you start from up here, you lead down, then you go down, and then you kind of come down here, and then you see the couple here, and the colors are just vibrant. Beautiful day outside. When I was in Utah, I happened to catch them mid interaction, so you can see it's like, oh, that's kind of cute, just a good photo. And I wanted to share it with them, but I thought it would be creepy. So if you guys know how to overcome that to share with others, because I don't want them to tell me to delete it if they didn't want that. So leave that down in the comments below. And this was shot on the 22 mil, but 35 mil equiv. So I love 35 mils. Number 8. This was at the same place that I went to where I got the couple, but except I walked down further on my own, probably like a mile, 2 miles, down a trail, and I didn't climb anything. This was used on my zoom. Let me grab it, show you guys. My zoom here, the 55 to 250 right there. Here I wanted to make an illusion where you can't tell where I quite am. This might be obvious to some of you though that it's a zoom. Oh, okay. Guys can change what that does. I'll do that later. But as you can see, I had a higher aperture for this one because I wanted to capture every single detail that I could, but not too much. And on this one, I took it specifically because I saw a part of the moon during the day, which is awesome. I can't say that. I was gonna say that I wish there might have been more clouds, but that's not true. So I specifically took this because of the part of the moon here, and I wanted to somehow capture the moon but make it fun, you know. I just don't want to just have the moon and that's it. So I tried to find a peak of where this was at, and I had to hit the right angles, like boom, boom, boom. And then for the edit, I didn't do too much to it. I added like a web coding thing so it looks like it was from the newspaper. I don't know why I went for that. I just thought it was cool that way. You can see that it brings up the shadows a bit. You can look in that detail. Alright, so that was on the zoom. And then the next one, which is one of my favorites, is this photo right here. Now, this was originally, there was more space, so there was more sky, more trees down there. But this was taken where me and my buddy Caleb and Preston, we went on a hike like 10 or 9 in the morning, and we were near the top. This was also a very memorable photo because I almost lost my drone that day. But thankfully Caleb found it. If you want to see the video, I'll leave a card somewhere. I don't know where YouTube puts it. But yeah, that was a very fun-filled day. Also, when I was editing this photo, I kind of wanted a more panoramic view. That's why you have these bars here. I changed the aspect ratio. That's what I did. I cropped out the bottom, cropped out some sky. And just to let you guys know too, this isn't the actual sky. Cloud. The original sky was just plain blue. There was no cloud. I wanted to add a little bit of oomph to the photo, so I edited the sky and added some clouds. And if you guys want to learn how to do that, let me know too. I can show you guys how to do that on Affinity Photo. I don't have Photoshop. I can't afford to pay it each month like that. So anyway, Affinity Photo is an amazing alternative. This was taken in where was it? Somewhere in the canyons that I think it was Cottonwood Canyons, Cottonwood Mountains in Utah, something Cottonwood. And we weren't super high up, but we were up there, as you can tell. And same thing, use the zoom for this photo. All right, on to one of my most favorites. 3 left. What number are we on now? I think this is 11, 12, 13. If not, 10, 11, 12. Either way, these next 3 are going to be my absolute favorite. I love animals and wildlife, so this was it. This was also taken on the day and area of where I took that couple. This is a female American robin right here, and she's showing her belly. I'm not a pro bird watcher, but I love birds, and I believe this is a female because of the black at the tip of her beak, and right here is I believe males have more white in this belly area. Anyway, I just love this. The branches showing her right in the middle, once again taken with this, and I cranked the aperture a bit so I could grab some detail of the branches, but not too much, so you can kind of get this blurry thing. But man, I love this right here. and she's nice and clear. And this was hard because those branches, there was a lot of them. For example, this one right here, I got a better shot of her, but branches are in the way, side shot. She kept moving a lot, so I had to like follow her like stealthily, but not too much, not too obvious, or else you're gonna scare your subject. But man, look at that. Look at that beaut. The feathers. I love it. I love this one. This one is probably my favorite out of the whole batch. Here's she again, but this time we're more on the, I guess, ripe branches. Is that even a thing? There's some chromatic aberration I see over here. That's probably my fault. Not steady, but she is in focus and pretty right here. And yeah, I don't know why these branches were so red. I guess this part right here, the part of the actual branch, was peeling off and revealing that red inside, just like our veins. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, this is my favorite photo out of the bunch of the female American robin. Wow. Alright, so these photos were taken here by my friend Hal when we were in Salt Lake City. And I just wanted some things to make it look like, hey, you know what? I visited and I have the city vibe. My leg is kind of hanging out funny, so that's my fault. But we'll go over that edit soon. So we have this one with the jazz mural in the back. And we have this, which I kind of like. It looks like I'm sitting on top of like the rooftops and I'm hanging out, I'm chilling. Here's the first one where I am sitting here being like, oh yeah, I'm so cool, dude. I'm sitting over here. I cropped out my leg because it was in a funny position. Other than that, I have this as like an Instagram post. Well, I haven't posted it yet. That's for another video. I have yet to post photos on Instagram. And yeah, this is it. I edited it to be more filmy looking. I don't know why I went for that, but I just liked it. More washed out colors. For this one, I went for a more 90s, 2000s magazine look, like skater magazine. And I did that by blowing out the colors like crazy. I went crazy with the colors. I don't even remember what I did, but I spent some time playing with this photo to try to get that look, just by changing the color of my pants to shift this and shift the hues under certain yellows, match with my skin and everything. So this is one of my favorite ones. I edited. I forgot how I got these colors, which is unfortunate. I mean, I could go open back the file and look over that if you guys want to know. Go into my workflow and see how I did that, and I can make a tutorial if you guys are interested. And then here's another one. I didn't have to do too much to this one. This was one at an art wall. And here I am just like chilling, like, oh yeah, look at these photos, dude. Look at the 50 mil right there. What I did was I edited the colors a little. Like, these are the original colors, of course, but I edited to shift a little bit to fit my colors I have on my outfit right here. So I believe the actual wall was a little brighter, more on the pastel kind of side of colors. So. But yeah, this was just cool. Like, oh, I'm just chilling at the Salt Lake City art walls now, just going, taking photos that day. So there you have it. Those are my photos, or rather, Hal's photos she took of me in Salt Lake City. Thank you once again. There you have it. What did you think of the first episode? Would you like to see more? If you do, please leave me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to check out my other videos, you can see them right over here somewhere on either side. And other than that, have a blessed day and go take some photos, you and I, because I need to be prepared for episode 2. See you later. Peace.